Alright, we've had a delivery all the way from Cyprus, which is going to be interesting. Now, this is by way of a sponsorship, so we will be doing a longer video, and I'll combine this unboxing with that video. It's from a company called Radio Code. Now, I'm already a customer of these guys, and hence we ended up getting a bit of a sponsorship here. And I've had Tinkerman Mick show up while I've been around to do this as well, so he's in to observe as well.
G'day, champions.
So now I've already got the Radio Code 101. This is apparently a 103G, their latest model, and they've sent this to me free of charge by way of a bit of a sponsorship. So hopefully we'll be able to do them some justice here. So we'll have a look. I've got to scan the QR code for everything, and this is the new model, which doesn't look a lot different from the old one. We'll grab that out in a minute. It feels a little thicker. But otherwise, we'll fire this up, we'll put it on charge, and we'll do something with it soon enough. It should come with a bit of charge already. And apparently these are much more sensitive than the other ones. We have over here a little bit of uranium glass, and it's picking it up through the acrylic. So we'll do a few tests on this soon enough, and we'll see what we can do. Alright, we have some more deliveries, and these are some ones I haven't had to buy in a while. So we have ourselves some 36 watt fluoros, some daylight type ones. What are they? 6500 Kelvin, nice white ones. I still run fluoros in the shed. I have yet to go to LED with that. To that end, there are some other things. I have a random box full of stuff here. We're going to open just off the edge of the camera view. So to go with those fluoros, we have some starters. Now, I can't remember if I had series or parallel starters, so I've got a pack of each. So good old starters for the fluoros. And if you're wondering about the series parallel arrangement, they actually show you here. That's a parallel arrangement. This is a series arrangement. So anyway, nothing too worried about that. I got one of these guys, a little LED solar motion sensing light. That's going to go on the pole near my driveway, so we don't end up tripping over our feet all the time. And my good halogen light has been having problems, so I figure an LED version of the same thing probably won't hurt as well. So we'll have a poke around them at some point. In any case, yeah, let's see what else shows up. Alright, we have a full 2.4 by 1 point, whatever it is, 2.4 by 1.2 meter sheet, trimmed into 600 by 400 sections for me, with scratch card nicely wound up. Gonna take that home and laser cut stuff. Alright, I've had some deliveries arrive, and you hear an earthquake in the background. It's just a washing machine shaking the house to pieces. We have some heatsink compound. Some decent sort of heatsink compound. Anyway, that will be used to reseat the heatsink on my apprentice's Nintendo Switch. Now, we had a donation here. This is from Guangdong, China, and it says high voltage probe. So we're going to get into probing apparently, and it's a big long red probe, right, with a push button. So according to this has got a custom connection here for a multimeter, but I'm pretty sure this is meant to be grounded or to the other side of the load, and there's two pins of this connected off a little CT shunt in here. So it's designed to give you a multiplication, or rather a reduction, 1000 to 1 ratio for the voltage. So you can go up to 40,000 volts on here, and it should give you 400 volts or 40 volts, I think, across these two pins that can go into a multimeter. The person that donated this to me does a lot of audio engineering, and he's dealing with some high voltage stuff as a custom design at the moment. The one he wanted actually has two prongs on here. This appears to be very thin 3-core mains flex going into this too. This feels like silicon cable, which you'd want for the insulation qualities of that. Not sure about the switch or this. There isn't much in here when I put the light behind it, but there is something in around the switch body here. So I might crack this open and check it at some point, or I might hand it on to my senior engineer who has the joys of working with Tesla coils from time to time. So I do have one here to fix that's been here for about 4 years now, and don't know what to do with it, so maybe it might get used for this. But interesting donation. I haven't had a weird donation in a while, so I appreciate this one. Anyway, let's see what else we get. All right, one other delivery today. Just some memory sticks in a 5-pack. Cheapest way to get them. They are not the fastest, but they do the job. And I can't seem to find 16 gig ones anymore. They're all 32 gig. But I mean, for an average price of $5 a piece, I'm not going to knock that back. So yeah, they're going to go off into my drawers up here because the police ask for footage so often, and I just give them a memory stick these days. So price of security, I guess. Anyway, we'll move on. Okay, we're outside for this delivery. We've got some 150 more poly and a bit of poly glue and a threaded end cap and all the rest. The reason we've got this is hopefully this will fit inside. And it does quite well. It was that or 100 mil and it wasn't quite going to fit in the 100 mil. So that works pretty well. Alright, we have a few deliveries had arrived and we're just going to leave them up here. We've got a Telstra Lite 3. This is a phone that is replacing my apprentice's old candy bar phone. They're turning off the 3G network, so we're going to only have 4G, so we had to get something equivalent. We don't want her getting onto the interwebs and downloading games and malware and stuff, because she's not quite ready for that yet. In any case, we found this guy. Hopefully this will do the same thing. I'm pretty sure we can disable data on it. We've got some more wheel chocks because we've got a rooftop tent on the trailer, and we've got one set of wheel chocks, but sometimes it likes to twist, so 2 sets of wheel chocks. We've got some hose clamps because the hubcaps keep popping off the Land Rover, so we're just going to hose clamp the things on for this trip, and hopefully they will stay there because I've run out of spares. Anyway, we'll see what else shows up. Alright, this next parcel, I'm going to have a bit of a complaint about Ozpost first. About 3 months ago, I made an order, and this particular company, let's say Joom, they give you a refund if it takes like over 65 or 68 days to arrive or something like that. I'm almost at that point, and like the day before I'm about to get a refund, my product arrives. Now, it was all going relatively well. This came out of, I believe, not Ukraine, but somewhere very adjacent to that, and the current conflict there is kind of slowing things down. And so it took about a month and a half to get out of there to get to Australia. When it got to Australia, it got to my nearest local city, and I said, yeah, we'll deliver it probably in the next day or two. Didn't hear anything for a week, which is not entirely unusual for Ozpost. Then it shows up on the literal opposite side of the country. It took a week to get there. Then they obviously realized their cock up, or they sent it to some transfer facility and then sent it back, which took another week. I'm like, the project I had this for, I'm doing a bit of white hat penetration testing, and yeah, that project's already been and gone. I hadn't ended up using a whole laptop for it. So this is now sort of not as useful to me as it was when I ordered it. And I'm going to need some scissors to get into this thing. You'll understand in a moment. Scissors located. Certainly packed well. Okay, let's do this. See how I go. Yeah, okay. Now some of you are probably starting to realize what this is. Okay, so if you Google this, you'll probably get some idea what it's for. In any case, this will be handy to do further penetration testing where I'm authorized to do so. The gear that I've got has been authorized for this use. Ooh, nice bit of foam there, and nice little bit of gear there. I'm authorized to use this in the site that I intend to use it in. Of course, given the wrong setup and the wrong software, this can be used for a nefarious purpose. I don't advocate for that. But it is also nice to be aware of your own vulnerabilities of equipment that you own, and to make sure you can properly safeguard from it. So what have we got to do? Push and hold that button to wake it up. Oh, okay, the battery works. Now let's peel that off. Hey, mate. Okay, I appreciate the little intro here. Let's have a look up at this. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Ledrise, a cyber dolphin living in your pocket. Okay. I can grow smart and cool if you use me often. Oh my. As long as you write and emulate. Oh my. You can check my level and mood in the passport menu. Need an SD card. Okay. That's all good. Alright, we will investigate this further later on and see how we go. I guess this turns it off. We push and hold. I'll figure it out. I've got a lot to learn. But anyway, good stuff. See you in the next one. Alright, something on the deliveries that I've been looking for quite a while. Here's a shower bucket. Seems like a pretty simple thing, but it's a very useful thing. Now I have some 12-volt shower kits kicking around in my vehicles, and the pumps are not sealed properly. They get full of water and they rust up. So I replaced it with a bilge pump, and you know, it sort of works acceptably well. But when you've got a tree nearby or like a 3.5 meter vehicle, this thing is basically just a canvas bucket. You can fill up with about 20 litres of water, and you can just reach up and like open the valve and get a shower and turn the valve off. It makes it very easy if you've got something you can boil water to make a warm shower. Les Hiddens used something similar like this in the Bush Tucker Man, except it had a screw valve on the top of it, which is probably a little easy to use. But you know, the ball valve does the job, I guess. Either way, been looking for one of these for ages. It works. They work really well. You can hoik them over a tree. You don't need power. So anyway, you can heat some water up, such as in the boiling vessel I've got in my vehicle. Works really well. I've been using a 10-litre bucket and a bilge pump, which gets a reasonable shower, but not really a lot of time. Okay, I'm back and I've got a pile of stuff here. Some deliveries and a departure. Somebody broke into my house about an hour before I got home from being away for 2 weeks, kicked in my TV, and then tried to find stuff in my desk here, and then puked on the floor, passed out until my neighbour found him. And then we called the cops. So I'm going over footage, but while I'm doing that, I'm going to open my packages while the footage backs up. These are little parcels everywhere. I think these might be screen protectors for my Apprentice's Switch. Let's have a look. So they're obviously very light, and I think they're packed in foam. I've been paying about $17 a piece for protectors for my Apprentice's Switch Lite from EB Games, which is good if you need it in a hurry, and just like a slice in the finger. But the rate she breaks them, it's a little bit unsustainable. So we have 2 in a pack here, and they're just a flat sheet of glass. All of these, so I've got like 6 of them for the price of less than 1. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Well, I've just had a fan of the channel drop by and drop off a donation. I've kind of seen the spammy ads about these things in the past, and this guy likes to get into the spammy ads, so we're going to see what he got for me. Apparently this thing, there is a lock on it and a couple of settings here. We might be able to get a flame here. Alright. It is hard to gas up, apparently, because this nozzle does not fit any of the ones I've got on the gas chambers. So we'll give it a quick little gas up and see what we can do with it. Alright, so I've done as best I can. Let's see what we get here. Whoa, okay, so she's a little liquid at the moment. We could probably dial it back a notch here. Well, this will be interesting. This will probably be good for heat shrink and stuff like that. The things I need a bit more heat for in the field, but very hungry on the gas. So I'll see if I can find a fitting to gas this up at some point. And yeah, this will be interesting. We'll have some fun with it. Just an addendum, I did actually finally find a nozzle that fills this, and it's a pretty decent flame when it actually works. So I think I will find a good use for this. Alright, we're in the field for these deliveries. Let's check in the junk pile that is the back of my Land Rover. Some moisture absorbers. My apprentice has picked out some hooks from Bunnings. We got a combi lock here that's going to go on the back door for reasons you'll see in a later video, and a bunch of shelf brackets and a chunk of timber. Hopefully this goes to plan. Alright, I've had another delivery arrive, and it's a box here. This box is from Barter Industrials. Now I'm going to open it off camera behind here and show you just one of the items that's in here. Boots. Apparently they have the Michelin logo now. These are the boots I wear every single day. They're pretty much the only shoes I wear. And the people on my double clutching video who got a little bit funny about me wearing boots like this, well, I drive around in military vehicles and I have ankle problems. So boots like this are a necessity. Some people complaining about me zipping my boots up and all that sort of stuff. They should go down to the local fire brigade and tell them that they're not good fireys because they have to zip their boots up. Anyway, good shoes. They take a bit of setting up. Let me show you what they're like when I'm done with them after about a year. Now, this is what they look like after a couple of years, actually. This one's been 2 years. I had to hand stitch this back together. All this has fallen off. The soles, surprisingly, have not worn completely through. But yeah, they get a bit of a life. Even though I do clean them and maintain them, they wear out. So, new boots. It'll be fun.